Good morning and welcome to your daily tarot reading. I'm Veronica. This is Veronica's Dreams. I've been having camera problems this morning, so I'm kind of laughing at myself. I'm moving stuff around. Just had to do with the tilts. That was it. Anyway, it's a Monday. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I'm a little frustrated. Let's get started. It was driving me crazy though. Couple more shuffles. And we'll get started. I've been shuffling for quite a bit, actually. And as I'm shuffling, just please remember to hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the content. Also, leave me the comments. I appreciate all of them, and thank you for those who have left them. And let's get started. Oh, and the subscribe button. Let's go. Let's see what's happening in this crazy day on Monday. Okay, current situation is the Eight of Swords. Present influence is the Queen of Pentacles. What you don't see. Nine of Cups. That's good. What to look for. We'll do that. Page of Pentacles. Unexpected. Ace of Swords. Challenge. Hierophant. Strength. Five of Swords. Interesting. Where does this lead? Lovers. And the Hermit. I'm going to leave that right there. Well, let's pull one more. Let's just see. King of Cups and Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Let me pull an advice. The Moon. Be clear. Make sure you understand and be clear. Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I mean, I don't feel like this is, I honestly don't feel like you're probably celebrating anything right now. I mean, you may be, maybe some of you are, but not for this reading purposes. I feel like it's more a want. Like you're ready to celebrate something. You're ready to like be excited about something. It's almost like, it's weird to me to say that because the holidays just really ended and it's like always, most people are like, okay, glad to just get back to normal. But there is something here that you really are ready to start celebrating and you're being held back or you feel held back with this Eight of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles is in the influence. And I'm thinking this is like what you're looking for. You're looking, and not necessarily gender specific, but you're looking for that energy of the Queen, which is this Queen in particular, which is home, family. It could even be that you are like wanting to level up at work for some of you, wanting to start a family, some of you, buying a home, but it's more than just doing those things. It's becoming that person that does those things. Does that make sense? And that's what's driving you. So I want to be that person that does those things. Whatever that thing is for you. It's probably very particular. But right now you're stuck. You're feeling very stuck. Like you want to move, but your house won't sell. Or you're trying to do something at work, but nothing's happening, no openings. It's not necessarily your fault you're stuck, but you're stuck. I do like here, and we'll get more into that at the bottom. The unseen is the Nine of Cups. So there is probably more things happening than you might realize. So let's see what the Queen of Pentacles is about. Let's get more information on that. I want two cards on the Queen of Pentacles, please. Two cards on the Queen of Pentacles. The Sun. Yeah, the Sun and the Page of Pentacles. You may have been really working towards something. And yeah, I mean, this is about your happiness. So you have been working towards something. And this is to be happy. So home, yeah, job, any of those things we just discussed. But the point here, the clarifying here, this is definitely something you've been working really hard at. By the way, the Nine of Cups is at the bottom of this deck after I shuffled. So it seems very interesting to me. What you don't see is the Nine of Cups. Those are your desires and your wishes. There's something happening behind the scenes that is directly related to your desires here. I feel like you will reach them. You just don't see them right now. Let's get more information on this because it's always interesting on the what you don't see. And why is this Nine of Cups here? I didn't take that because it was a bad shuffle. There's a difference between a bad shuffle and the cards coming out for real, or like see me type of thing. I don't Not just because it falls out doesn't mean it's the one I'm supposed to take. Um, so there's that sun again with the King of Cups, and we do have no, we don't have the King. Yes, we do have the King of Cups over here. So okay, this King of Cups is coming in. So this could be someone for some of you because we do have the Lover sitting here. But I feel like again, we're talking about this is something that you really want. The King of Cups, I think, is seeing this. He could be the person, she or he could be the person that's actually seeing this happen, like going, okay, they're the ones that are responsible for this situation. Now, when I say responsible, it could be in, like I say, in a job. They would be the ones offering you a job. If it's in a relationship, they would be the other half of that relationship, etc. You see what I'm saying? But they're thinking the same way you are because I think that it has to do with what they want as well. Even if they're the person offering you the job, they want to. So, what I'm going to do unexpected first, which is the Ace of Swords. So there is something that you'll learn. Now, this could definitely be an epiphany moment where you go, "Oh, yeah, I get it," and it makes sense having an epiphany in the unexpected. To be honest with you, a lot of these cards are making a lot of sense. What is the Ace of Swords here? See, there is something you've been working really hard because we also have the Page of Pentacles up here. So Ace of Swords, please. There's that Eight of Swords with the Temperance. There is something that you're going to realize why you're not moving right now. And it's going to make sense with that Temperance. So even though you know you've been working hard, you understand why you're kind of feeling stuck with this Eight of Swords. Um, And to me, the temperance is about balance, emotions, et cetera, but it's also about alchemy and making things come out of something else, right? And I feel like you will. It's just that I feel like the unexpected, the ace, the truth is there's an understanding to you exactly why you're stuck and you're not moving forward. And it could be just that you need to do a little bit of more work or you need to blah, blah, blah. You need to do something differently or something. Let's because and the reason why I say differently is because we have the Page of Pentacles and what to look for. So there's some work still to be done. Page of Pentacles, please, and the what to look for, please. Page of Pentacles. Hermit. We got the Hermit down here. We're getting a lot of like cards here, by the way, which tells me I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good reading. And my kitty's coming in. She might start meowing at me. So we've got the Hermit with the Three of Wands. I feel like it's saying, like, look for, okay, you've done the work with the Page of Pentacles. You've actually made a discovery, but the what to look for is taking that step back and really looking at what you've accomplished with the Three of Wands. I think that's really important because once you can kind of feel like what you've accomplished, then you can put things into play basically. So kind of take a look at what you're doing, what you've accomplished with this particular instance, not overall. You know, the Nine of Pentacles, I would say if that came up somewhere, that's the overall, but this isn't. This is particular to this situation. And I think you're going to learn a lot because again, we do have the Hermit down here. It's going to be an important part of how you move forward. We have the Hierophant in your challenge. Part of you doesn't want to commit yet. That's what I feel like with the Hierophant. Like, um, because I don't feel like it's like a block between you reaching your higher, your spirit guides or anything. I don't think it's about that. I think it's more about either trust, commitment, or taking that commitment lead. So let's clarify it just to see if there's anything more with this challenge with the Hierophant. Six of Cups, King of Swords. Yeah, you might be afraid to commit because it reminds you of something from the past that didn't work out so well with the King of Swords. Sometimes I see the King of Swords is not a very nice person. They can be that person that just is like the one that speaks, like says something and they don't think about the other people's feelings. But I feel like that's why you're worried about the commitment. It's a challenge right now. I mean, you're going to have to look past it or figure it out, right? But you've got the moon in your advice, so it's going to say not, well, we'll get there, but basically you're going to have to look into everything. The Five of Swords is in your strength, and I feel like all this is saying is that within yourself, you have the ability to know when it's time to walk away from something and when it's time to stay and fight. In other words, it's saying, trust this. And this Hierophant is sitting here in the challenge going, do I trust? Do I want to make this commitment? This card says you can trust yourself to know when it's time to walk away if it's not working out. So I think that that's very important for some of us to know. Like sometimes we don't realize, we don't trust ourselves to make those good choices, especially if we've gotten burned in the past and we said, why didn't I see that? You know, kind of harbor on that, but you will trust yourself to do that. We have, where does this lead? It goes Lovers, Hermit, King of Cups. So there is a partnership, love ship coming in, but then you're going to take a moment to breathe with the Hermit. But I think it's because you want more. There's something more here, and you want to make sure you're getting what you want out of this partnership that's coming in. And that's all the Hermit is, and that's okay. Like, that's a search you're doing on your own. You're not asking other people for their opinions. You're saying, I need to, can I trust this? Is this what I really want? Tell me more about the Lovers, please. Tell me more about the Lovers. We have the Page of Swords with the Two of Coins. So there could be something that happens with this partnership or relationship that the working hard, the Page of Swords, but it also has to do with the epiphany as well, because to me the Page of Swords can also be an epiphany. The pages in general, just as a side note, remind me a lot of the aces sometimes. Like sometimes in a reading, I feel like they are a new beginning because they are the first card of the courts. They're young. So they have kind of that same, not exactly the same, but close. But we have the Two of Pentacles. This could be that, you know, there could be someone coming in that has finally been able to look at the situation and help you. If this isn't love, it's someone that can help you or guide you or is responsible. If it's actually a, you know, promotion, they're actually being able to see the forest through the trees now with this Two of Pentacles. Sometimes I see the Two of Pentacles is like, you've got so much going on, you got to balance it, but once you have it balanced, you can see more clearly about everything you need to do. And I feel like they'll be able to see things more clearly, this other person, whatever, whomever is affecting the situation, which I believe is this King of Cups. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Then we have the Hermit, which I do believe is that time you'll be taking out. Is there anything more? Just taking time out to make sure this is really what you want. The Hermit is going on a search, you know, really wants to figure things out. Tell me more about this Hermit. The Wheel and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're headed in the right direction. This is exactly that. Because I feel like with the wheel is forward movement, making sure you're going, you know, that takes you into the right direction. But this Hermit is you taking that time out. Am I headed in the right direction? And I think this is the go card, right? You're going to go for it. But you before you go for it, you want to make sure. That's what the Hermit is. And that's okay. There's that Nine of Cups again, showing up back here on the bottom of the deck again. So it's just making, you're just going to take a moment, and that's totally cool, right? You have to sometimes. Then we have the King of Cups. Let's clarify this, because is this what, I mean, it's going to be different for all of us. Some people it will be, again, about a job. Some people it will be about a partnership, a love ship, a romance. Let's see what we got. Okay, King of Cups, 10 of Cups, and 10 of Wands. I laugh because it's like, oh, it's good. Oh, that's hard. But that's okay, because that's the King of Cups, right? So the 10 of Cups, this is a sustainable relationship. It's just been really hard. So I think that that doesn't get easier for a moment. It's not going to get easier right away with the 10 of Wands showing up as well. But it's a good thing. It's okay, because sometimes things are hard. I feel like there's still more to juggle here. There's still more, how am I going to fit this in here going on with all of these cards? And I also feel like because of that 10 of Wands, this makes the moon in your advice make so much more sense, because the moon is asking you to be clear. The moon can cast shadows. And sometimes, I mean, this is how I read the moon, is kind of like this murky, time. I mean, I think it's a very spiritual card, and everyone reads the moon differently. But this is my specific thing with the moon. It's like this, the things aren't as clear when you have the sun shining on them. And I feel like this is asking you specifically to make sure that you understand everything before you sign any contracts, before you commit, just to make sure. Again, going back to that Five of Swords, you have it in you. You'll know when. Oh, you don't have the High Priestess. I thought there was a High Priestess somewhere. But yeah, using that High Priestess as trusting yourself, but you can trust yourself because the Five of Swords is showing up over here in your strength. So I really believe that this will all work out. I kind of like the energy. I mean, it just feels like a natural elevation. And I think this King of Cups is a good person. I just think it's going to be a little hard for a moment because it feels like it's kind of something new starting, or again, a level up. Well, if it's a relationship, it's probably a level up in the relationship. So there you have your reading. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Hit that thumbs up button. Take care.